Okay, here I am. Is it live? It says it's live. Who all we got in here? I'm sorry I'm late.
Okay, here I am. Is it live? It says.
Now scroll back up to the top. Oh, howdy Randy, Jane Martin. Oh, Randy the first and the cutest. Y'all see that? Y'all probably already read all these comments. I had to. Jane's laughing at Randy. Hello, Cheryl. Gigi Quilts. I'm scrolling down through here. Let me catch up. Hello, Gigi Quilts. And Janet says, well, the early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. That's right. Oh, 16 fans. Oh, we've done got 32 in here, and I pinned the link. Y'all come up here and chat. And I'm not no TV stars. Hello, Janice Miller. Oh, my makeup. Did I do okay on my makeup? I don't have any makeup. The makeup I've got around here is probably 10, 12 years old, so I'd be afraid to put it on anymore. Oh, and there's, scroll down to where I've got the, hello, Sarah Stitches. What's everybody working on tonight? I don't know. What they'll have to tell us. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Ginger. Hello, Kathy. Move it down. Linda. Hello, Linda. Yeah, I said it, and then I got Terry took care of, and so I was hoping it'd be before 8 o'clock, and it was. Hey, Susan Munger and Marlene. Hey, Marlene and Marla and Brenda. Hello, guys. Hey, Gladys. Hey, Kathy. Hey, yo, Patty. Y'all are saying hi to each other. Hey, Carol. All right, I think I'm to the bottom of the chat till it starts moving. Okay, I don't like to be up here by myself, so who's coming with me? And I'm going to go get something to prop this up with just a little bit. Look at all my chairs. Yesterday I had the kids here for lunch, and I had to go find out all the chairs, find the chairs that all went to the table so we could all sit down. Feels like Romper Room back in the 60s. I remember Romper Room. I do. All right, let's see if I can tilt that up just a little bit. Is that a little bit better? Let's see. Sarah is putting binding on a quilt. I put it on the back and turning it to the front. I'm using a decorative stitch. So you're not doing it by hand. You're using your machine. Hello, Sherry. I didn't sew any today. I had a dentist appointment, just a cleaning. So I went to that and had some errands to run. So I never got my sewing started today. Mickey Mouse roll call. It's okay. It's all right. I bet a lot of us remember Romper Room. Hello, Debbie Williams. All right, the link's posted. Who's going to come up here and talk? Because I'm not a talker. Let's see what's Marlene. I finished a chicken running table runner. Top done, needs the running feet embroidery. Then you can quilt it. Well, that sounds interesting. Sounds cute. Let's see what Janet got her fabric today. You really like it, and made a double batch of fried pies. My husband wanted some. My husband would probably eat some fried pies, but I had made a coconut cream pie and a chocolate cake. I don't need to make fried pies till some of that stuff's gone. And Sherry's waiting on her sister's machine to get back from the spa. So you miss sewing. Captain Kangaroo. I remember Mr. Captain Kangaroo, Mr. Green Jeans. Bet y'all do too. You use the green chicken fabric for the border. Well, I bet that's interesting. Hey Pansy, how are you tonight? Diane in Kentucky says, hi ladies, hope everyone is having a great start to the week. I bet we are. Susan remembers Captain Kangaroo. I'm not. Randy says, I'm not that old to remember. And Cheryl made another tropical breeze pie. Them just pretty good pies, aren't they, Cheryl? Just pretty good. Get my foot up here where I want it. All right. 61 people in here. Surely somebody wants to come up here and talk in person. Who's it going to be? We can have 10 up here. So come on down. Milana. Hello, Milana. Hand quilting a quilt, not by choice. And Pansy made 4 placemats. Y'all have just been busy. Like I said, I had that appointment and some errands to run, so I didn't get anything done today. We're all probably older than dirt. I feel that old sometimes. We're okay, Janet. We're still young at heart and our minds, but we may act like kids sometimes, don't we? Hi, Pansy. I love homemade placemats. I use them all the time. And Cheryl uses 2 packages of cream cheese. Then it doesn't fit in the pie shell, and you get to eat the extra. I love cream cheese. In lots of different ways. All right, who's coming down? Who's coming up here with me? I need somebody to sit right up here, right over here, right there. I'm not, y'all embarrass me. You know that. Come on up here, Randy. None of the ladies are coming, so you just as well come on up. And yeah, life is good. We're still kicking. We know people that aren't. So we need to just be thankful to still be alive, even if we are older than dirt. Cheryl is knitting on an Afghan this evening. I made 15 string piece quilt blocks today. Need 64. Cheryl, you're always just busy. You just get lots done. Okay, Susan, I use softened cream cheese at room temperature. And then I pour some of my homemade pepper relish and pour it on top and use Ritz crackers and put it on the crackers. I've had that before. That's good. I've done that before too. It's been a few years since I've even made the pepper jelly, but I have before, and I've done that. You quilted up your aunt's quilt yesterday. Somebody better come up here and talk to me before I fall asleep. You don't want me fall asleep here, do you? And I will if I don't get some company. In Jan in Florida, I'm trying Chinese 5-spice for the first time. It's really good on pork and chicken. Chinese 5-spice, and I've never heard of that. It has anise, clove, cinnamon, fennel, and ginger. Well, it sounds kind of wild too, don't it? Them's kind of some wild flavors too. Anise. I know one time there was a little thing of ground cloves here, and I opened it up for the granddaughter to smell it, and she took a big whiff, made her eyes start watering, and now if you even ask her to smell some kind of spice, her eyes go to watering. And Marla, I'm out doing chores. You'll check back after a while. Okay, because you're in a different time zone, so you get those nightly chores done. Jan ordered it from Amazon. I bet it does smell great cooking. Well, Janet, you come up here. I want to know what Janet looks like. Come up here and let me see you in person, Janet. Can you do that? My little dog's brought a toy over here, but I'm not playing. Heidi, I'm not playing. She's going to play by herself. Oh, Jan don't have a camera. Okay. Your dog's in your recliner behind you. Heidi, let me... Where's your toy? Here's the dog toy. I'm gonna throw it and you can hear it run across the floor. Sarah's in her nightie. Where'd you go, Heidi? I don't know if she's sweet or not, but she's what we've got for the dog right now. So this is her home. Sometimes she's not so sweet. Heidi, bring it here. I'll throw it one more time. I'm gonna throw it one more time. I think they are, Cheryl. I think that's the plan, is to come and sew on Wednesday. All right, now I've started something. I've started something, haven't I? And Terry's been up there. They were sewing in one of the back bedrooms, and I moved, and they left their stuff sitting there, and I had to move it out of the way because Terry's been in there building more shelves. And so so I've got shelves in 3 walls in one of those back bedrooms. And Sarah, it's 9 p.m. in King, North Carolina, and we've got 8 here. And there's J. Mary. Hey, J. Mary. I started a loaf of savory pumpkin bread in the bread machine. Yum, yum. That does sound yum, yum. And I'm fine, J. Mary. Ain't nothing wrong with me. And Cheryl's going to the church quilting group tomorrow morning. What am I going to do tomorrow morning? I'm going to go up to the quilt house tomorrow morning, and those new shelves that Terry finished today, I'm going to rearrange the fabric on them. Is what I'm going to do. Put stuff on them. And there's Alfonso. Hey, Alfonso. I've been up here 15 minutes and nobody's in the basement and nobody's come up yet. And I just can't think of anything to talk about. Nothing at all. Y'all want me to just get done talking and go on to bed early tonight. Now Alfonso's got his electric train up and running. The last I heard from Francis, John was having some fluid around his heart or in his lungs. But that's been a few days ago, so I haven't heard from her. Maybe she'll notice that we're on and come up and tell us something. Marlene wants to know about my chickens and my cow. What about my chickens and my cow? The little cow I'm milking is Blossom. Raised her from a baby on the farm, and I've got the chickens. And out of those little eggs that were on the porch, we had 8 of them hatched. And I gave the mother hen and the 8 babies away. So they got carried off in a dog kennel and took someplace else. So they're not on the porch anymore. If I went, it's not guaranteed I'm going yet. And it don't matter if I win or not. It'd be nice to get some money, but it don't matter. I'd probably be less worried if they didn't pick me and I didn't go. It'd probably be better. J. Mary, I haven't used my freeze dryer in several months. I got out of the routine of using it, and I need to, but I just stay too busy. I stay busy doing other stuff. It's unusual to see my quilting board empty. Well, I'm in my dining area, and my kids were all here because yesterday was my son's birthday and had all the family here. So I took a whole bunch of stuff off and down and off and out of the way while they were here. So that's the reason part of it's empty. There's one little piece there that goes with those crown ones. What was them called again? Forgot what that was even called. I don't know if it's a vote, Susan, or the judges. I think there's judges. I think it's going to be judge. Nuts for Chickens has 24 at a girlfriend's property. I said, I think it's judges. It's going to taste the food and judge it, is what I think. So we may not get picked, but anyway, I filled out the application. Oh my. Alfonso had a teacher in 7th grade who got run over by a cow that escaped from the corral at the state fair. That would be bad. I know when we're loading cattle sometimes, Terry will say, turn them, don't let them get by you. And I can't stand there and let them run toward me and turn them and make them go the other way. Let's see, Kathy, are you going to be able to do your craft show? Susie could be bought. Oh. Only one. I know, one little triangle up there, isn't it? Those freeze dryers are a little on the pricey side. They really are. Let's see. 7th grade, your teacher got run over. And let's see, 8th grade, got kicked by a cow to farm for teasing and harassing the cows. Let's see, Jan, I use a 7-quart crock pot to cook in my garage for things that need several hours. Don't heat the house that way. That's a good idea. And 7 quart, that's a big crock pot. That's almost as big, like a big roasting pan. You know, I think that they do use lots of electricity because when I was running it a lot, it made that electric bill up there go up a lot. So they do use lots of electricity. And it runs for several hours just to get one batch done. There it goes. I'm still awful lonely up here. I am. Nobody up here to help me carry on a conversation with. Did you bring it? I barely can't hold my eyes open. They're tired. I didn't sleep real wonderful last night. I may have to go to bed early tonight. My chat's not moving. Are y'all there? It's not moving. Maybe it will in a minute. It's stuck. My chat's stuck. That's the last comment I've got. All right, let's see what's wrong. There's Joanna. Now I just now seen that. There, Joanna. That's moving again. How do you keep yourself safe around cows, and why would cows run you over or kick you? Oh, that's kind of, I don't know. How do you answer that question? They're not pets. The beef cattle are not pets. Now, even some of the little milk cows can kick you if they wanted to. But if you're trying to load them on a trailer to take them to the sale or something, and that's when they could run you over or back over you or kick you. Sevenport does a medium turkey or a large chicken. Oh, oval shaped at Walmart for $40. That's a pretty good price. Joanna says she'll pop up in a minute. How many of us have our dogs beside us? Do y'all have your dogs beside us? Mine, I don't know where she's at. She's down here on the floor. There's no place in this chair for her to sit with me. I know, she does. Usually I put up the baby gate and keep her in the other room. Uh-oh, crap. Pam's got COVID. Oh, no. Are you about over it or just in real bad shape right now, Pam? Okay, it's moving really fast, Alfonso. It's moving again now, Alfonso. Hey, Donna, how are you tonight? Weather in Tennessee has taken a turn for the last 4 days, low in the 40s, so it's been wonderful. We're going to get a lot of rain into the week. I've been watching that hurricane, and I may be on the western side of it, where I may not get as much rain as some others, but I hope I get a little bit. But I may be on the dry side of that hurricane. Well, they do use a lot of electricity. Let's see, Jane. We started back with our church sewing group and handbell practice today, so I'm really tired too. We may just have to chat for a few minutes and not stay on here a long time. What I'd like to do is get a good night's sleep and get up early in the morning and come on again early in the morning. Pet bull chased me across the barnyard and I jumped the fence to get away from him. But he was your baby, but he chased you across the barnyard? I don't trust bulls. Well, I don't think I trust all the cows either, but all right. She's back. Oh, she's got in the cord. I'm going to throw it again. There she goes. All right, let me keep reading. Hello, Irene. How are you tonight? Yeah, and you stay out of their way. And sometimes you know which ones you can trust and which ones you can't trust. And a cow kick is about as bad as a horse kick, yes. If it kicks his hamburger or jumps the fence and won't stay in, yeah. Jan's dog Taffy's right there with her. Let's see. And Gigi's pups are downstairs. They can't stay out of stuff. Jasmine, my toy poodle. She's in any room that I'm in. Hey, Joanna.
Hello, now you're not lonely.
I'm not by myself, do I? And J. Mary got my dog and got a cat sitting on my hands trying to sit on the keyboard. Let's see. Pam's right next to me, hopefully close to the okay, right next to me, hopefully close to the husband. Oh no, he don't need that. Pam's got COVID.
Hi, Jan.
Yeah.
I made a baked potato
Mm.
with
Yeah.
the butter and tea, so all three of mine are sitting on the floor going, food.
Yeah. And Marlene
Yes,
says I'm
Randy, I
early.
know.
Middle of the
Mary.
middle of the night. And let's see, Lucy needs to come for play day with your dog. Yeah, play with Heidi. They'd play good together. And a bull named Rufus. I wouldn't go anywhere near that bull. So unpredictable.
They can be very unpredictable.
Yeah, they sure can. And Rufus is mean. Let's see, Dave and Amanda, hello all. Two of my dogs are in my lap. One cat on my chest and another cat on the arm of the couch at my elbow. You have 4 cats. You just covered with your dogs and cats. Hey, Carlotta, Cousin Lottie, how are you tonight?
Hi, Carlotta. Yeah, well, you know, this visitor to Yellowstone tried to pet bison.
But that was stupid. That was just stupid.
And she found out real quick why all the signs said don't do it. Yeah.
Just stupid. Joanna, have you made anything with your new fabric?
No, not yet.
And
I met up with Donna just in Hendersonville, North Carolina on my way back. We had a nice chat.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's nice.
Yeah, and I did some shopping, but I didn't get back till 11 o'clock on Thursday. And the last 3 days have been kind of busy. So tomorrow I hope to play. Thank you, Cheryl. I'm doing much better. Probably did a little too much on my week-long trek to Chattanooga and all around. But
You took a big trip. Hey, Dee, how are you tonight?
This is what I picked up when I was with Donna.
Hmm.
But it was a real nice quilt shop.
Hmm.
And then I found 3 vintage pieces at a vendor mall in Tryon.
Oh, Carlotta's doing good, but her hubby's not feeling well.
Sorry to hear that.
Jade Mary, my bull's name was Ringo after my favorite Beatle. I bottle fed him, taught him how to eat real food. He was my baby till them hormones that make them a bull kick in. Yeah, I know about that. After a certain age, you can't trust them.
I'm sorry, Carlotta, that your husband's not feeling well. I'm trying to get that light better.
And hello to Greg. Hi all. How are you? Okay today. Had to read that one slow. And we're all doing good, Greg. Some of us are. Some of us have COVID and all their issues, but we'll be all right. So you've got your colored tubes already ready to cut up. I've almost got all mine sewed together, Pam. But if you were watching us that one day, Margaret has got hers sewed up, but Gladys barely got hers started. Have I heard from Kathy or Francis? Kathy come up for a few minutes on my live yesterday morning while I was in the kitchen cooking. She's doing a lot better, but she wasn't
That's
there.
good to hear.
She wasn't there too long before it was time for me to go. Yeah, I knew what you were talking about, Pam. Those Bargello tubes. I knew what you meant. So Kathy's got a bad headache today from her concussion. Yeah, you had that headache yesterday too.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's easier for you to read that book than to follow what we were doing. Ours was just a socialization so along. We wasn't trying to teach anybody. Yes, we were. We were Jamie. We were talking about Kathy.
We worry about each other on this group now because we've been getting together for so long.
Oh, that's true.
And that's why it was nice to meet Donna. I told her we'd have to do it when we had a little more time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I dawdled coming over the mountains on the Tennessee, North Carolina Scenic Byway.
Oh, and Kathy says she'll have that headache for a while. Oh, no.
It sounds like she rang her bell pretty good.
Yeah, we've been doing these lives for a year and a half anyway, hadn't we?
Mm-hmm.
I think we started doing them pretty real often. Not this past summer, but the summer before.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was y'all had a flying visit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, hello, Mary Webb.
Hi, Mary. Yeah, and then I was supposed to go to the orchard and pick up some apples because it's apple season in the mountains.
It is. It's apple season here too.
And I went ahead and went to my nephew's in Spartanburg, and then I backtracked 45 minutes to the mountains, and it was good, but I overdid it a little. I was having too much fun.
How many apples did you bring home?
A bushel.
Bushel?
Yeah. I got Jonathan's for applesauce, apple pie filling, and I got galos because that's what Deb likes to eat. But I was
Mm.
about ready to leave, and I found out that down the hill, in a ways, they have high-powered air cannons that you can shoot the apples out of across the lake at Targets.
Wow.
And I,
Never even heard of that. But
I mean, they're huge. And I was gonna wait till next trip, and Deb's like, do it, so you can tell me whether or not to do it when I go. So that added an hour at the orchard and a big hike.
uh,
But it was a blast. It really was. Got some nice pictures from the overlook. Yeah, it was quite a trip, Sarah, because I went up through Virginia and dropped down into Chattanooga. And then on Tuesday, I dropped over to Georgia. Probably about 25 minutes into Georgia. And then I came back through Tennessee over the mountains down into South Carolina. Then went back up in the mountains and then came back down to South Carolina on Thursday on my way home. So we bounced around pretty good.
that's a long road trip.
It
So
is.
you went what? You went north, south, east, and west, almost all directions.
The first time I've taken one that much in 25 years. And I think part of it is because I got this stimulator so that both my hip and the
Did you go by yourself? Go by yourself?
Yeah. And I was not smart enough. Well, I had interruptions, so I had planned to leave because it's about 9.5 hours on a normal day to Chattanooga, and I planned to split it in two. But I had a last minute appointment on Wednesday to check the stimulator and get it adjusted better, get some shots in my neck and hip, and so I didn't get out of here till Friday. So it took 12 hours between construction, thunderstorm, and traffic delays, and I thought,
Yeah.
I can't do that big of a stretch again. So I figured out that my nephew is halfway in Spartanburg, so that helped.
Yeah.
To break it up.
Y'all having problems with chat? J. Mary's having problems with chat. Let's see, Marlene, my apple trees are loaded and falling all over the front yard. I would estimate 4 to 5 bushel. They are organic with tons of worms. It costs me so much spray. I can buy a few at a local farmer. Well, just if they're not too wormy, just cut them worm spots out. You can do that. That's a day trip. That's just a day trip in one part of Texas.
It is. I have driven across Texas 5 times. And it's like a 2-day drive just across Texas. Because it's so wide.
Rhonda's watching football. Who's playing, Rhonda? What team are you watching? And we'll have to watch the debate tomorrow night, y'all know. And we can't watch it together because we may not like what each other would say.
Yeah.
We might not be friends afterwards, so we can't do that.
Well,
and that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to zip it.
Well, I'm just going to say it's a sad state that we're in, that we could lose friendships over differences like that, because it didn't used to be that way. Used to be agree to disagree, but
half of worms were worse than finding the whole worm, ain't it? We're not going to talk about politics. I shouldn't have brought that up, but I am going to watch it. I am going to watch it tomorrow night. So there won't be any live tomorrow night. The Jets and the 49ers. It's what Rhonda's watching.
What's worse than finding a worm in your apple? Finding half a worm in your apple. Geez. I brought back Asian pears. I also got a gallon of fresh apple cider so I could make some apple cider donuts. I did get some apple cider donuts that came fresh out of the fryer.
I've never heard of apple cider donuts. Y'all ever had apple cider donuts in Chat?
Oh, they're good.
Don't know anything about them.
Well, they're basically, the donut is made using apple cider, and then you roll them in cinnamon and sugar, and they make them fresh up there. And I happened to hit right when they were doing a big batch, so they were hot right out
So,
of the fryer.
yes, Sarah's heard of them, but she's in North Carolina too. She's probably where they make them. Oh, Marlene, oh, that sounds wonderful. I haven't canned sauce in years.
Oh,
Well,
the
you've had
cider's
them?
real good.
Yeah, Kathy's had them too. A bunch of all of. I never heard of them.
Yeah, their cider is cold pressed, and it's real good because I had a 16-hour cup after my hike because it was ice cold before I left.
Jane Martin, apple cider now. And Rhonda's heard of them. Yep. But not me. That's something new for me. So I have to look them up, see if there's even just some kind of recipe.
Oh, there's some good recipes out there. But it was the orchard.
Yeah, not that I'm going to make them, but I just like to see what it says. Sometimes I just read recipes.
Mm-hmm. One thing that was nice
read
about the orchard,
that time of year for cider.
One thing that was nice was they flash froze it, so you could get it frozen or you could get it still fresh. And so that way I got instead of getting a gallon, I got 2 half gallons because it keeps it fresh. And so the 5-hour trip home, that kept it real good.
And Jan says Hurricane Francine is going to get to Arkansas. Yes, but I think I'm on the west side of it. I think it's going to go on the eastern part of the state, and I'm on the western part of the state. So they don't have a very much rain predicted in my area.
Marlene, it is that time of year for cider. If I had gone about a month later over the mountains, the leaves would be really changing. They were just kind of trying.
Marlene, there's a fruit store here that makes cider donuts, pumpkin donuts, pear donuts. I have to stay away from there. And Marlene is in Oregon, but they have a lot of the fruit in Oregon and Washington too, though, don't they?
They do. They have some really good cherries. Washington, Oregon, Upper Oregon, Washington, Rainier cherries.
Hello, Carol Seymour. Amazing. She says, good evening, everyone.
Evening, Carol.
Let's see. J. Mary, oh no, I have to admit, apples and anything made out of apples, cider, and such is on the bottom of your fruit list. Just never got excited over apples. And Marlene says they have tons of fruit. And Marlene grew up on a peach farm. Oh, a peach farm in Oregon? I didn't know they grew peaches in Oregon. That's a new thing. If I'm right on that. No. Let's see. Sarah Stitches, I love going on the parkway and looking at the leaves, not on the weekends. That was too busy. I'm about 45 minutes away from Hillsville where you get on the parkway. Yeah. Rhonda, you're probably where you're going to get a lot of that rain, but I'm more western, so I probably won't get the rain that y'all are going to get.
Yeah, Oregon does have some good peaches. I've been there a few times. It's just not.
Apples in your Christmas stocking, and oranges and nuts and candy.
And nuts. Yeah. That was
in Oregon. Typical. The best. Hello, Amy Nunn from Southwest Missouri. How are you tonight?
Jane Mary, peaches are a delightful fruit. I'm preferable to nectarines, but I can kill some peach cobbler and peach jam now.
30 varieties of peaches, and they start ripening in May and go into August. Yep, yes, they do. Well, when I was my first job, I was 13 and I graded peaches in a peach shed. I really did. Did that a lot of several summers when I was a teenager.
Good night, Pam.
Paying job. Oh yeah, they were yummy. But my county was known for peaches back in them days, but that's been a lot of years ago. You all have so brave to live where there are hurricanes. I don't live where there are hurricanes. It's just coming. It's just going to come north and dump rain where I'm at. We're close to where I'm at, not over me.
Marlene, just about anywhere in the country you have some weather phenomenon. On the West Coast, it's earthquakes. And in the north, it's blizzards. And then you have Tornado Alley. And then over here you have hurricanes, and at least you have some warning. And once you've lived here for a while, you kind of get a sense of which ones are going to be bad and which ones are just going to be like.
Hi, Wayne.
Hi, Wayne.
And there's Shannon. Hey, Shannon. Oh, we're making her hungry.
Hey.
Georgia's a peach state, but South Carolina produces way more peaches, second to California. Hey, we used to have lots of peaches around Arkansas too. Not like they used to, but and good night to Pam, crapped on, and so forth. Let's see, Carol, right? I'm in the right side of where that hurricane's supposed to hit. Yeah, on the right side of it's the worst, isn't it?
Yeah, the back side.
The shelves, Carlotta, that second bedroom has shelves on 3 sides now, and the other side just has that little closet. So I'll try to show y'all tomorrow. They got done so late today, I didn't even get much stuff put on there. So you'll have to come back and see them, and you'll have to bring Nan Nancy with you.
Hope you and your husband get to feeling better soon, Pam. I watched this guy, B. Dylan Hollis. He takes recipes all the way back from the 1900s, and I finally picked up his book that has recipes going back to that he's tested 1900s to the 1980s.
And Rhonda, even though there's not as many peach orchards in the county, we still have a peach festival every summer with the queens and the contest and all that good stuff every summer. We sure do.
20 minutes from here, we have the Blueberry Festival.
My hometown's the Peach Festival. When I was a kid, J. Mary says there was a bunch of peaches around here where you could pick your own peaches. My family would pick them all day. Anymore here, if you go pick your own peaches, they're about $100 a bushel. That's too high. I don't know how anybody can afford to eat them at that price. My favorite.
It wasn't.
Blueberries, and your freezer's full. I've got blueberries in my freezer too, but I didn't grow them.
Well, the peaches we got from South Carolina, I think we paid $20.
Well, see, that's
for a half bushel.
That's reasonable, but not around here. They stick it to you around here on peaches.
And blueberries, because we have a lot of blueberry growing, and we have the festival about 20 minutes in Burgal every summer. After the festival, you can pick them up real reasonable fresh. And then we get a flat or two. Yeah, Jane Martin, I do love old cookbooks. This he's young and he's a little crazy on the things he does, but he's funny. And like I said, there are recipes in here that he's tried and you can watch the videos from the 1900s to the 1980s, and then he has 5 of the worst, like jellied meatloaf, like SpaghettiOs Jello ring. No, I don't think I would want a prune whip pie. So, but I've seen some of the recipes that are in this book, and a lot of them are simpler but
So, yeah, Marlene says peaches are about triple that price in Willamette Valley, maybe less up the gorge on the edges of the Columbia. So they're pretty pricey up there too. Yummy,
J.
yummy.
Mary, blueberries are such a versatile fruit. You can do so much with it. I mean, it's so good for you. I mean, they're like a superfood.
There's a water tower alongside Interstate 85 in Gaffney, South Carolina that's painted and shaped like a giant peach, and it kind of looks like a butt. I could imagine
Yeah.
that. I could imagine that. That's funny. Yeah, y'all are laughing at that. That is funny, isn't it?
Donna in Tryon, North Carolina, which is not far from you, there is a vendor mall, and it has 500 vendors, but it has a fabric vendor that does only vintage fabric, and she sells that vintage fabric usually $5 to $8 a yard. I found something I had been looking 3 years for, 3.5 years for.
Sarah's seen that butt. Y'all are
I've
on the East Coast have seen that butt.
Yeah, that butt stands out. So you may want to try that, Donna, sometime. Down in Tryon. I needed a pit stop, and there were no gas stations, and it said fabric. And so I went in, and they had a beautiful Christmas vendor, and I got some vintage ornaments for $1 to $3 a piece, vintage antique. And they had snow babies and I didn't even. I didn't even.
Marlene wants to know what you make with vintage, and does it hold up?
Oh yeah. I have
But
some Debbie.
what's the advantage of getting vintage? Because they make this new stuff that looks vintage too. So,
well, it depends on if you want a print that's out of print. So, like I don't have it here, but I got a Debbie Mom from 1997, and it's Noah with animals gathered under him, and he's holding an umbrella with rain clouds. Now, Debbie Mom was a big fabric designer, and she's gone now, and the quality is just as good as today, but that print, you can't get that print from another designer. So that was it's just called Tryon Antique Mall, but like and some of it's a lot of what she had was just out of print. Like I said, this one's been out of print, and my sister loved it, but it took me 3.5 years to find it. And I walked into the vendor mall, and it was there. And this was a Bernadette Dax that's out of print, and I liked it because the roosters were singing. So
that's
sometimes,
cute. Yeah, the rooster's singing. This looks cute.
yeah, sometimes it's not worth because it's not quality. But some vintage prints, especially like Debbie Mom and some of what used to be the big designers, they're worth getting because it's a unique print and the fabric's still just as good. Yeah, there's a place in Lillington, North Carolina that's called the Mother of All Thrift Shops, and they sell donated fat quarters for 20 cents. A yard is 75 cents. And a lot of times
What are you doing? Just collect them? Are you just a collector of them? Because I would.
No, I use them.
Sew them up.
Yeah, I'll say these are out of print. These are probably 5 years, 7 years out of print. But the Debbie Mom I'll make something with because a lot of people have fabric and they've had it in their collection. They've taken care of it and they've passed away. or something like that, and it goes and it ends up like at this vendor mall, and
Okay.
it's like you would have bought it from wherever they sold it at the time. Some of it is not worth it, but I have made a lot of things out of print 20-year-old fabric,
Mm,
good cotton fabric. Some of it, no, I wouldn't even touch with a 10-foot pole because the weave wasn't real good. But Debbie Mom was like a moda of her day, um,
mm,
and it was so cute that, but they forgot to put it in my box, so they're sending that one to me.
mm.
And this one's Kaufman, and this one is Bernitex. So
Okay.
both of these are
And J Mary
good.
wants to know if I've ever grown and ground my own wheat. I've ground my own wheat and I have wheat berries stored, but I don't use them at all the time. But I have. I've never sprouted it though. Stuff's too high dollar to buy. But there's not very many places to even get wheat berries around here. But several years ago I stored some as a prepper thing. Do
I
you,
had a
if you J. Mary, have you bought wheat berries and ground them? Have you ever done that, Joanna? Ground up the wheat berries?
I have. It's been quite a long time. I do have a friend on Facebook, and about 3 years ago, she sent me a couple companies that she's been getting her wheat berries and things from, and their grinders, and their prices at that time were very reasonable for what she
Yeah,
used to
yeah,
have.
everything's out of reason now.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. That they're great prepper. They last and have excellent nutrition. Yeah, I put
Hmm.
up buckets and buckets of wheat berries. I did. Got have the grinder.
But I will grind almonds and make my own almond meal to make Windsor cookies. They're an almond butter cookie, and then I'll put homemade apricot jam in the middle because I
Mm-hmm.
prefer that over raspberry. I'll do that with pecan meal. If I need pecan meal, I'll take
Mm-hmm.
some of my pecans and grind them up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's probably been, well, I had 2 legs the last time I ground up wheat, so
Come here.
it's been a while. Say, I'm here, Mom.
When you put up wheat berries, how did you preserve them? What was it? It's been several years ago since I did it, but I put it in Mylar bags with the oxygen absorbers. What I did, the Mylar bags into the plastic buckets is what I did.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hello,
You can,
Catherine S. Long time lurker from Louisiana here. Just wanted to say hi to Miss Rita. Well, hello, Catherine. And how are you tonight? And you better be prepping for that hurricane that's coming, Catherine.
hmm.
What are you going to do to prep? Are you going to leave the area or just get everything all ready? Walmart has wheat berries, and I have a Kenwood chef that can do the grinding, but just always bought flour done made. Me too. And I still do. But I thought I might ought to keep some of them wheat berries.
You
Just in
can buy food safe containers and they have a gasket on it and the lid screw on or the lid sealed down, and then they have handles that come up. I prefer the screw on ones. And that's like what I use for my rice. I'll buy a 25-pound
case.
bag of jasmine rice from the Asian store and put it in one of those bins, and it lasts
My
forever.
hometown has a store run by Amish or Mennonites. I don't have one of them around here, but they sell wheat berries and spices by the pound. I don't think I have a store like that around here. And hello, Barb
Barb.
Teresa. Hello, Barb Teresa. And and Catherine Shannon's in Louisiana too, so she's wondering what part you're in. And y'all welcome in
Yeah.
Catherine.
Catherine, welcome. I lived across from Narlands for a little over a year in
Hmm.
Algiers Point. I used to take the ferry and come over where they built the aquarium. In fact, I watched the aquarium being built in New
Hmm.
Orleans. Picked
Yes,
up a
ma'am.
few dishes I like there.
Live in central Louisiana, so only a lot of rain and wind gusts predicted for us at this point. Okay, but hey, flooding can be just as bad too. When I visit my mom, I always spend a bunch of money there. Let's see, much of money there. Oh, where the Amish store is that what we're referring back to there?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, Barb, it randomly arrived here. What's my channel about? It don't matter. It's whatever. It's about food. It's about people and friends and quilting and homesteading and gardening and prepping and what else, you guys? It's just about everything. Just about life.
Yeah, some of the apples, I'm going to make some filling and make Rita's ham pies.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do you like it? We never
Yeah.
know. It's always random. Even the time I come on is random. So I'm glad you like it. I appreciate that.
Rita's built a wonderful community, and you never know who will come up and sit with
You
her and
don't?
chat for a while, and it's nice because it covers the gamut, and we watch out, the people who come in and we get to know, we kind of watch out for
Well,
them.
them hand pies, them fried pies, they're wonderful, Marlene. You need to make you some fried pies. That's what I call them. We call them fried pies, but
Yeah,
they're wonderful.
I just had to catch up, but I
You
bought some
know.
Jonathan so I could make my own filling instead of using something else. And but I'm gonna make your version of ham pies because I watched you do it. I think I made some a year or so ago and they were real good, so I'm gonna do that again.
And J. Mary still stores everything in containers. Let's see what Catherine says. A town called Jonesville, about 40 miles west of Natchez, Mississippi, next door to Faraday, home of Jerry Lewis and some of his kinfolk. Let's see, an apple festival this time of year near us in Long Creek, South Carolina. I do have a video on them fried pies, but it was like
Yeah,
4 or 5 years ago, so it's not a great video, but I do give the recipe for my pie crust and just put the filling in there and seal them up and fry them.
but I
So
think you also have a live where you did it not
no
too long
problem.
ago on a live,
Probably. Yeah.
where you kind of were like,
But
Terry's
but
hungry for some
yeah,
ham pies, so.
my husband absolutely loves those little old pies, and they don't take
Hmm.
too long to make. But you need to make them ahead of time and freeze them. They're a whole lot easier to slip down in that oil when they're a little bit stiff
Yeah.
and frozen. Well, they are.
Oh, they are. They
But
are.
when you're doing a video, sometimes the time, and I don't edit good, so I just have to do the best I can. Have to make do. Donna Armstrong says, my husband lived in Mandeville, Louisiana until Hurricane Katrina washed out the VA hospital in New Orleans. He sold his house and transferred to the VA in Asheville. He was an RN.
Hmm. Somebody up here. Oh,
Katrina,
Catherine
then
was
Katrina's
talking.
been 10 years. How many years ago? More than that. It was
Oh,
2005, wasn't it?
I,
Katrina. Isn't that
it
right?
was a while ago.
2005 or 6.
But Catherine was talking about Natchez, Mississippi. I believe the Natchez Trace Parkway, which is absolutely beautiful. That's one of the places it goes through. It goes through like 4 or 5 states. No trucks, nothing commercial.
And y'all welcome in Barb Teresa. This is her first time here.
Welcome, Barb.
She thinks y'all are friendly, so y'all act friendly. They are friendly. I cut up with them and tease with them. They are very friendly, Barb. relatives.
And Marilyn McPhee is new tonight.
No,
Welcome to y'all.
no, she's been here. Marlene's been here for a while. Yeah,
Oh, Barb's there.
Barb's
Okay.
new. Yeah,
My brain.
Barb and Catherine. Well, no, I know Marlene. Maybe Marlene, is this your first time here? Because I quilted a quilt for Marlene just last week. So maybe I just hadn't seen your name in chat. Yeah.
I think that's Marylin.
Marilyn?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm
we may get y'all all mixed up. It's okay. You're all welcome, even if we get you mixed up. So many friendly people here. Southern ladies. Well, we're from all over. There's a lot of Southern, but they're from all over too. Because actually, Marlene's in Oregon. That's not Southern. That's West Coast, ain't it?
But we've had some Canadian and some English, I think.
Yes, we've had them from UK and Canada. Yes, I did do Marlene's quilt, and it's already done and got back to her. So doing the binding. Hey, hello, guess who, Nancy? And guess who, Nancy's in Kentucky.
So Catherine says, yes, ma'am, was born and raised in Mississippi near the Alabama line, moved here when I married in 72. The last time I did the Natchez Trace Parkway was 1996. And it was absolutely beautiful. It's a lot of it is like old Indian. They have the burial mounds preserved, and it's just beautiful country.
And if I've been looking on the map just a little bit. If I do get picked to go to that contest in New Orleans, I've been looking on the map. We'd come down through Little Rock and down, was it I-55? I'm not flying. They said they'd fly us down, but I'm not getting on an airplane. So I'd be going into Mississippi and pretty close to some of you guys. Your family hooted and yelled. That's funny. That was such a sweet little quilt.
J. Mary.
Joke about my mother. She was saying she never got bugs in her flour, and me and my sisters asked her how come. She laughed and said she doesn't wear her glasses. That's funny. Oh. Yeah. We got Mississippi and Louisiana and all over. Oh, there's Bernice. Bernice is from Maryland. Hello, Bernice.
Hey, Bernice, how you doing tonight? I'm like a wanderer. I'm from all over, but I've been in this area, North Carolina, since '93. So what's that? 31 years. I came to spend a month with my friend. She talked me into 2. And now it's been that long. But I still occasionally travel, not as much as I used to when I had 2 legs.
I was never a traveler, never will be. I live within just a few miles of where I was born and raised.
But you have some pretty land too, and you live in a pretty area. So.
Is Wayne still here? He's from Massachusetts. That's right. He's Boston. Wayne, you still here? Because Wayne's from Boston. And Pansy.
He's taking the car to Harvard Yard.
Pansy's from Canada. Let's see. What part of Canada? Do y'all remember? Newfoundland or I don't know. Can't remember now. My creek. Oh, I love that little creek. That creek is pretty. It's not a big creek. It's a little mini creek.
It's perfect.
It is. Yeah.
Good night, Pansy. Yeah, the weather just shifted all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, and it's feeling
good.
It's
2
just
to 3 days. It was
almost cool in the mornings. Let's see. Guess who? Nancy was born in northern Indiana, but hillbilly bred daddy was from Kentucky and mama North Carolina. So we moved here in 1975. So you're a Kentucky girl. Well,
See, my dad was from Oklahoma, and he was raised mainly by mammies and at boarding schools, so he was southern as southern could be. And my mom was as northern could be because she was born and raised in Albany, New York. So it was always interesting in our household. And
yeah.
I guess I got from my dad because I'm a country girl and I've always had an affinity for the South. I've always come back here somewhere.
Yeah. Now that's a nice history. My great grandparents homesteaded in Oregon. Property still in the family. Great grands. So they probably took the wagon train there, didn't they?
Pansy.
I got it right. I was close with the Prince Edward, but Newfoundland. Okay. I don't remember everything, Pansy. What bigger city is close to me? Let's see. The biggest city close to me would be Fort Smith. I'm closer to Fort Smith, but between Fort Smith and Little Rock, but closer to Fort Smith. Originally from Ohio, but I've lived in Hampton, Virginia, West Palm Beach, Florida, and now King, North Carolina. Sarah's been all over.
Yeah, King's only about 3.5 hours from me. I probably passed by that area on my way through because I took 421
Probably.
until I hit the Virginia border and caught 81. So I probably just passed by and should have gone like this, Sarah. Because that's how I went up. I went up 421 to the Virginia border by Mount Airy and grabbed 52 and then went over down through Knoxville. Won't do that route again, but it was pretty. But yeah, no, yeah. So
I had ancestors from North Carolina, though. See, it would have been my grandmother's daddy was born in North Carolina before they come to Arkansas, migrated to Arkansas. See what Catherine says here. Shannon Bird, is it still open? Hopefully COVID didn't hurt them. We're related to the Hammond and Franks. Carolyn Franks was a teacher and then principal at one of the schools. Oh, let's see. Barb, I came as a war refugee 24 years ago from Bosnia. I'm going to try to say that word. Ooh. I lived in Indianapolis, in St. Louis, and now on the East Coast. Bosnia 24 years ago.
Night, Dee.
Yeah, good night, Dee.
So Rita, your parents owned a farm in Vesta, 5 miles from north of Charleston. The estate sold in about 2012 when they passed away. That's Charleston, South Carolina?
No, Charleston, Arkansas.
Charleston, Arkansas. We have too many duplicates.
I know. And lived in Lake Worth off from Jog and okay, I can't say that one either. Hapaluxo. My daughter is born Boynton Beach Hospital. None of those places.
Sorry, Barb.
Sound familiar to me.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Barb. 20 years with a pet. It's a very long time.
That's a very long time with a 20-year-old cat.
And if it was a good cat that didn't snub you and wasn't independent, I imagine you were close.
Yeah, you got that cat not long after you arrived here in the United States. Spent a lot of time with it.
My
Headed
my last cat was 19.
And Cheryl's
And
headed to Nottaway Land. I'm going to do that too in just a few minutes. I wanted to check in with y'all tonight, but it's still open. My cousin took it over a year ago. Great place to eat fried catfish. I love fried catfish.
man, some good fried catfish. One of the
That's
things I
that's what
loved in
we
New Orleans.
that's what we ate for me and Terry got catfish for our anniversary dinner is what we had on the 6th of September, just a few days ago. Let's see,
One of the
Marlene.
things I liked about New Orleans was they always had catfish nuggets, nice big catfish nuggets, and I take them and fry them fresh.
And Marlene's going to have to hone up on her geography so I know where you're talking about. I know very little about east of, say, Arizona. Yeah, you're going to
I
have to
got
hone up
Ken,
on it because we're from all over the place, Marlene.
and
Oh,
I got
Mary's got
Ken in Arizona.
red.
Ken that I don't care if I ever see again.
Oh, Barb, Teresa, they've got all kinds of pets here. I've got pets and they've got pets. And when we first come on, all of us were talking about some of them had their dogs and cats all sitting in the chair with them.
Mm-hmm.
Donna, I used to drive for Bridgeways Transportation out of Rural Hall, North Carolina. If I remember correctly, that was somewhere around Keene, North Carolina. After 25 years, she could be wrong. What? You can't remember, Donna?
Sometimes it just gets cluttered upstairs.
So am I doing the cooking show? I don't know. I've turned in the application. Now I've got to wait and see if they pick me. But somebody did contact me and ask from that show and asked me to apply. But that don't mean I'm going to get picked. But I'd have never done it if I hadn't have been asked to do it. Got lost in Lake Michigan and you ended up in Canada. That's funny too. I don't mean to laugh at you, but that's funny too.
Well, I didn't realize that the Georgia border was so close to Chattanooga. So I went to find the grocery store that was a couple minutes from my niece's house. And I ended up going to the grocery store in Georgia. And it wasn't until the next morning because there was a Tennessee welcomes you stuck on the side of a old stone building. And I never thought I left Tennessee. And then I found out that 7-8 miles from where she lives, you can cross over into Georgia.
Huh. Oh, I've told you guys how we've met before. I know I have. You just forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Mary
Or
just
they're
forgot.
new.
Oh, Barb, I feel for you. Lost my 19-year-old cat last month. She was my shadow and quilting supervisor. And and Jackie that comes on here, she lost her cat not too long ago too. And she's lost without her cat.
Yeah, Barb and J Mary, those bread machines, if you're tight on time, they can come in handy. I made a homemade challah bread, which is a Jewish egg, slightly sweet bread, before I left so I could take some, have fresh French toast with it. But I didn't use a bread machine because my bread machine is, and I never really cared for it because I like the feel of it. Oh, Donna, miniature dachshund, yeah, jeez. I've lost two miniatures since 2019, and Nana's boxer a year after she passed, a year to the day. And right now I have 3, and one is 10. And I know Molly, the 15-year-old mutt that belongs to my nephew, won't be with us much longer.
And Jane, I did say that. Terry's cousin was married to my brother, but she got breast cancer when she was just real young and died at 28 years old from breast cancer. So she died real young, and my brother's remarried now, but he was married to Terry's cousin. And she fixed us up we knew each other, but she fixed us up to go out together. Barb's going to bed. I'm glad I stumbled up on this channel. You check us out again. We come on here live just pretty often, not all the time, but pretty often.
Miss Rita doesn't keep a schedule, and that's kind of nice because she just surprised she's there.
Sometimes I get this group, and another time I'll get another group, and just the way it works out.
She's already thinking about maybe possibly when you see the whites of her eyes, doing one in the morning when she's more awake.
Oh yeah, and
she does have a quilting
store. That was by accident too, because my little local one shut down. So I thought, well, I got this little house and this quilt machine. Let's just see what happens. And so it happened. I'm supposed to be retired because I'll be 66 years old in November, but I don't think I'm retired yet. I do draw my Social Security check, but I'm not retired. But I tell you what, my Social Security check ain't nothing. So, I'm a jack in the box. I may have to use that in one of these titles of the live streams. Jack in the box time popping on. So,
but Donna, it's usually right at the perfect time when you need company or you need a distraction or it's been a tough day or you're trying to wake up. She usually God just has her pop up right at the right time.
Oh, J. Mary, I'd love to have some of your bread. Even my daddy bragged on my bread, but now I can't make biscuits for nothing. They're like lead weight. It's been a long time since I made biscuits, but I made biscuits tonight. I had some leftover chicken fried steak, and I cut it up in little bitty pieces and made gravy in it and put it on biscuits and mashed potatoes. But it was good. Just improvised with the leftovers and made something good.
I made homemade biscuits a week ago because the lady or my niece rents a room. She loves my biscuits. So as a thank you for letting me stay a couple nights, I made her homemade biscuits and I brought farm fresh eggs, fresh butt nuggets, and she was just happy as a pig in a poke.
Oh, Marlene's asking about your doggy's name.
This one is Moji. The first one, the chocolate one that was up here, his name was Mocha. And then there's Munchie, Molly, Huckleberry, and Hope. But Molly's probably won't be here in a month or so.
5? Did I count 5 of them?
There's 5, and then my nephew's dog, Molly, who she's almost 15. She has dementia. I'm thinking maybe another month or 2. But yeah, we have 3 dachshunds and 2 bassets, Huckleberry and Hope, and then the Munchie, Moji, and Mocha are the dachshunds.
Oh, and there's Wayne. Wayne's back. Wayne, we were talking about you a few minutes ago because we were talking about where people were from, and somebody mentioned Boston, Massachusetts.
Yeah, we thought you were taking your car down the Hubbard Yard and parking it.
And my accent's pretty bad, but Wayne, you got one too. It's just a whole different one than mine. So
this fellow's a trimerle. He's a little rarer. He's got what's called blue. He's a brown and tan, but he has blue, so he's a trimerle. And you are awful heavy to be wiggling on my one leg. You are not as small as Mocha.
J. Mary, I bet he heard us talking about him. His reason you had to pop in.
Thank you, Marlene. Yeah. Well, I started with we started with a Basset pup in '97, and then I adopted a 6-month-old abused long-haired dachshund, and I named him
Okay.
Micro.
Now,
And the
now
next
Wayne
one was Minnie, so we started on the M's.
Wayne says, "No, I don't live in Boston. I'm on the South Shore of Boston." Was that not the same thing? Is that not? Is that different? Wayne, that's pretty close, ain't it? Yeah, his ears were burning, but he'll have to explain what the difference between Boston and the South Shore of Boston. Boston's Boston, I'd think.
Marlene, I saw 2 beautiful Labradoodles up at the Skytop Orchard. In fact, I took pictures of them because they were just beautiful.
Hmm.
Brockton, Massachusetts. So I wonder if it's Boston County, if it's a suburb of Boston instead of Boston.
I have no idea. I don't plan
Well,
on going. I don't plan on going to Massachusetts.
my
Bernice's
my
eyes are getting heavy. Mine are too, Bernice. I'm a fixing to go. Wayne? Do you ever ride on the ducks? Good night, Bernice. Let's see. My Hannah girl is super. She's definitely an alpha. Hannah is a gray and silver and tight curls. Oh, and there's Deb. Hey, Deb. Pug
hi
Mama
Deb.
Cleaver.
Yeah. I had this problem. It was about a month ago. I was putting my fabric in to start to sew, and all of a sudden it took off like my machine was possessed, and I couldn't get it to stop. And I looked down, and Molly had set her head on the pedal and
Hello.
fallen asleep. And I'm like, "Get off the pedal!" And I had to take all the stitches out and start over. But it just, and I'm like, "What?" Silly girl was under there. Put her head on the pedal.
Huh.
Plymouth
Plymouth
County,
County,
North Shore. Okay.
which is Brockton. All right. Have to
Mm-hmm.
don't that still don't tell me nothing. I'd have to look it up on the map. Deb's saying hi to everybody.
My aunt and uncle, my mom's only sister, only other sibling, lived in Massachusetts. They were both RNs, and then when they retired, they got a place. They had a cabin already established in Nova Scotia,
Come
and
on
then they
up,
got a place in
come on up,
Florida for the
come on up.
yeah. Praying, Cindy, for your son. Wayne, why don't you come up? Because I'm going to take off so I can
In
get a
surgery
little
and
bit of rest.
yeah.
Her son
Well,
gets surgery in 2
how's he?
weeks.
And the surgery is gonna take care of the issues that came up.
So I'll lurk and chat and I'll swap out.
Oh,
Thank you, Miss Rita.
oh, thank you for coming up with us.
Not a problem.
What?
You guys have a
What?
blessed night.
There you are. There
All
you are.
right, let me explain to you what
Hey.
Plymouth County is, okay? That's the South Shore of Boston, and Brockton is from Plymouth County. I don't live in Boston. Boston is crazy. I don't live in a not crazy city. All they do is shoot each other out there. My
Well,
city doesn't do much of it.
I'm glad you straightened us out. So
You know, we have a boring city, but you know the whole thing is you are what you make it. You know, and the city has been doing some stupid stuff in my city, and they don't do nothing for anybody. They just want to fill their pockets heavy. That's all they think about.
uh,
So they take all the historical buildings away. They have nothing, and they keep hanging on that name, the City of Champions, and they don't have no City of Champions anymore.
huh.
Amen. If they actually did anything for people in the city to make it better, it wouldn't be so much crime. They have crime out here, but not the whole city.
Yeah.
See, what I'm trying to work on is these now. See these hats? I'm trying to work on these. And
Yeah.
boy, they're confusing. They
Uh,
are confusing. I was trying to work on them for a while, but I did learn something. You have to put them upside down on a hat. That's what you have to do.
okay.
Print them
Let's
upside down. It's
see.
weird.
Wayne Cindy's son got hurt in playing football, and he's going to have surgery in a couple of weeks to
Oh,
re
okay.
ACL.
ACL. Wow.
So,
Oh, Lord.
and he's just a young boy, but he's got hurt pretty bad. So
How, let me see. ACL. Yeah, that's hard.
Cindy, and I can't remember if Cindy has told us his name or not. It's just her son, so I'm not sure. Can't think what his
I
name
don't have
is.
to know. Don't worry about it. God knows who he is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I got another guy on here I got to pray for too. My friend Jay's Mini Shield Garage is going to have some abdominal surgery on his arm. It's going to be on a bypass on his gastroenterologist, stomach and stuff. That's a bad surgery to have, but people do have it. But I'm telling you, being a Brockton man and having the accent, you can't help it, you know. You can't help having the accent either.
Then I won't. Now that you've straightened me out, I won't tell them you're from Boston anymore. So,
Don't just say South Shore of Boston. It's Plymouth County. There you go,
oh,
down. Don't say the city, but I told you on here. But South Shore, Plymouth County is the South Shore of Boston, which Massachusetts and the South Shore. People might know what that means because if they understand it, it's kind of confusing because this city of Brockton used to be called North Bridgewater in 18 something, and they changed it. If it
huh.
didn't change, it would have been North Bridgewater. And it wouldn't have
Mhm.
been Brockton. Everybody left the city and made it abandoned because the farmers couldn't grow any more crops. So they all moved away and they had to change the name to grow the city back. You know, it used to
Huh.
be making shoes here for everybody. There used to be a big shoe company in the city. And it's all kaput. So,
Hmm.
but I did buy
See,
a new equipment. I bought a new equipment. So,
take
oh,
9 months.
it's going to be 9 months.
Yeah.
ACL, yes, it's going to be a long recovery. And some
Huh.
chemo. They're gonna not chemo. What do they call it? Physical therapy. Physical therapy. Trying to get
Yeah.
my head on straight tonight. Physical therapy is going to be rough because when you're ruptured on the ACL, it's
Yeah.
painful.
But he's young. Them young ones recover a whole lot faster
Oh,
than
I
us
sure
old
do.
ones. Yeah.
Nothing to worry about, Cindy. He'll be fine. It's no worries. He'll be okay.
Hi, Joan.
So what happened to Francis and her husband now? What happened to them?
He's been in the VA hospital. I can't keep up with all these medical issues sometimes that they tell me.
You
But
said he had fluid on his lungs?
that's what she said. That fluid was starting to get on his lungs, but he had all those other problems too. But
Oh my God, that's terrible. How's she doing? Is she doing all right with getting the teeth pulled
well,
out and everything?
she's wore out. You know that. But
Well, of course, you should be. You know, at that age, you're gonna be worn out.
yeah,
You know, you're not that young anymore. You know.
yeah. So Cindy's son is 17. So
Oh, okay, a teenager. Okay, they're pretty rugged in those days. I used to be 17 at one time. Not anymore.
it's been
I used to
can't,
be 17.
can't
When it was the
remember
blizzard of '78, I was
year.
17. When we had the blizzard of '78, I was 17 years old when that happened. I was out in this blizzard.
Uh,
My mother
now,
said, "Oh,
so
it's too
so I don't want to do the math. How old are you? You've never told me how old you are.
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to tell you. I don't look my age. You know, everybody asked me. I wouldn't tell them. You see, I would have told everybody if I had a friend of
You're
mine.
you're worse than some women that don't tell their age.
You know,
Then so,
I had a friend, right? A good friend of mine on YouTube. She went on Facebook. She told, "Oh, I know how old you." She tried to tell everybody my age, right? So I said, okay. Now, if anyone asks me now, I'm not telling nobody because, you know,
huh.
I don't look my age, you know. That's the whole problem. All my brothers and sisters don't look their age.
Yeah. Hey, Marlene, do the math right quick and let's see how old he is.
How are you going to do the math? You don't know when I was born. How are you going to do the math?
17 and 78. I'm guessing that you're 64.
You think I'm 64? Do I look 64? Do I look 64?
I don't know. How old
Yeah,
is
I'm
he?
asking you. Do you think I look 64?
If you were 17 and 78,
Mm-hmm.
well,
All right, you
I
guess it.
was
All right.
I was 18 or 19 and 77, so that's what I'm. So is he 65?
Listen to you. You know my
If you
birthday.
if you
You
would
would
just
know.
tell me. So
You want
was
me to
he?
tell you my age?
So Joanna says you were born in 1961.
Who said that?
Joanna,
How did you know that? How did you know that? Were you
she
on my
just did.
Facebook?
She just did the math. You said you were 17 and 78.
Now you're gonna really.
See, well, I know that I graduated from high school in 1977, so I know how old I was in 1977. So it was,
I was
but you're
17 and 78. All right. That's all I'm gonna say. If you figure it out, don't
I
spread it around. All right.
I I think we've just figured it out. I think he's at least between 60 and 65.
65. What do you think this is? Grandma age or something, lady? What the heck? You know, the
Oh,
whole problem about my family, we don't look our ages. Some people look bad, but not, my family, we don't look our ages. And that's what confuses people.
okay. And J. Mary card. Well, I have to card everybody that comes in here, don't I?
Oh, jeez.
63, Cheryl right?
Let me see if I'll let you know in a minute, all right? Hold on for a minute. You think I'm 63? Okay. All right. 66 is right.
Joanna's 63 is what Joanna says.
If you think
We
you can think it, all right, you can think what you want, right? I'm not saying nothing. All right.
we put
I
him
don't
on the
look,
spot. He
I don't
he
look
knows
like it.
he knows we've guessed it, but he's just not going to admit it. Oh,
You ever heard of someone being the top secret document and you're not supposed to open it? Did you know that?
top. Now, what was that again?
I said if you have a top secret document and it's top secret, you don't open that document to find out any information.
Oh,
You see what I'm talking about? And that's the problem. You open that document. Now you go. Don't say no more. All right.
okay. All right, we're not going to say no more.
You know
Marlene's
that now.
Marlene's 69, still working as a nurse.
Well, the whole thing is that ever since I was small, I'll tell you some things about me. All right.
Okay, there you. Let me read this one though. Jane says, "Don't you know how old you are?"
I do know how old I am, but I don't look my age. All right. Now the whole thing is when I was growing up, right? I was always being quiet. I wouldn't talk to anybody. I wouldn't tell them nothing because people have a tendency, of trying to find out everything about you. Like if you go on, like for instance, right? You go on this, you mingle with people, right? You're gonna find some people that really get real bad and they really drill you for your information. You know what I mean? I had that on YouTube happen to me. And I told them,
Uh,
shut up. I said, I don't want to hear this anymore. This is ridiculous.
huh.
So they quieted down. Now you know my age. So, all right, you know it now, all right? Don't sit around. Don't look
I
my age.
I really thought you were probably in your 50 something is what I thought. Is what I would have guessed. But you,
That's
but you,
my family
but you,
members look the age. That's the problem.
but you
And
gave that hint that was just pretty easy to get
I don't care.
close.
Age is just a number anyway.
That's true. All my family says we don't look our age, younger or older.
Mm-hmm.
I
I,
I think I look older than what I am. I think it's because my hair's in
I
a
think you
bun.
look pretty good for your age, here, Rita. For a grandmother, if I had a grandmother like you, I would have been happy as a kid too. I didn't know any of my grandmothers when I was growing up. I never met any of them, so I didn't know any of them.
Yeah.
I had a crazy one that my father had, and she tried to cut chop my brother's fingers off because he patted the cat. Get out of the way quick. She was a
Oh
really
my!
rock. She was
Wow!
mean.
Huh?
My mother was ripping about that one. She wanted to rip her face off, but she didn't. She wanted to,
Wow!
but
Huh?
man, doing things in shirt printing and everything. Oh my God! Some things get harder, worse than others.
Hmm.
And these ball caps are the worst. And these are hard ones that you got to really know what you're doing. I know how to print them. And I'll get a press sometime, but I know how to print them. But you have to put the logos upside down, out front, like not backwards. And
Huh?
that's,
Huh?
I'll be making a video of my my new equipment and I show it on the YouTube. I
Okay.
was going to do it earlier, but I had to figure out certain. I gotta do some things. I figured it out tonight, though. I did some. I worked on it tonight and everything. I assembled the whole thing and built a new part of the press up. I'm a very handy person. I go through it like that, and I don't have no problem with building things. So I had a fun time putting that back together and fixing it. So, but it's gonna be fun doing that though because I invested a lot of money. I invested $145 from China to get this equipment. And they sent it to me.
Marlene's asking why you have to put the words upside down. Yeah, I'm wondering about that too. Why
All right.
upside down?
Look, the whole problem is the hat. Let me explain something. All right, hold on for a minute. Okay?
You would think it would just go on there, maybe backwards. And Mary Webb, as long as you don't feel your age, it's all that matters.
All right. Now I'm going to tell you something. All right. Yeah, I'm a clown. I'm going to admit that. All right. Hold on for a minute. I'm a clown type anyway. So, because if I wear a hat on my head, right? The reason why I wear a hat, because I don't want to blind you ladies. All right. So I'm going to put this ahead of time. All right. Here's the problem. You see that baseball? Let me get this thing off my green screen. Let me explain. I'll explain quick to you what that means. All right. The baseball caps. Okay. The whole problem is when you see the baseball cap saying like this, right?
Uh-huh.
So if you put the baseball cap on the press, like the visor going up and this going down, you have to put the logo like this when it's up on the press.
Oh, okay.
Like
okay,
that.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Put the logo down like this. It's very confusing. You got to put it frontwards on the screen. When you burn it in, you'll have it ready to print. It's very confusing, even to me.
Huh.
One guy told me on RileNet.com, Ryan, the owner guy, the guy that owns the place. He's a young guy, maybe in his 40s. He says, you have to put the logo upside down. I was scratching my head. What is he talking about? You know.
But when you put the hat on there, the hat's upside down too. So it's not really actually upside down on the hat. Yeah.
I think the presses, what they do is you can push this into a press and put the visor down. And the hat like this, like say if you're putting like this, the hat's gonna be upside down, see? And the logo is gonna be upside down with it. So you have to put it like this. When you print it, you go over it like that. It's very confusing. Oh yeah, I want to show you something. Look at this. Do you see this?
Yeah. Yep.
Laptop, a Windows laptop. I got this for nothing. All right, I got this for absolutely free. See that? A Windows laptop. You know what's wrong with this? The hard drive is dead in here. All right. So I'm going to take this part and put me a new hard drive. I'm going to pay like $23.02 on Amazon and put a new hard drive in this laptop. This will be a Windows laptop for my design, for my T-shirt.
Hmm.
Someone threw it out, so I took it home and took the cover off, and there was a hard drive dead, and it was beeping. And I put it on my phone. Barcode says your hard drive is dead. You got to need a new one.
Huh.
It's brand new. It's 2024. It's not that old.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
So, yeah, but I have a lot of fun though doing shirts. I did a lot of people's shirts over the year. I even did 21 SC shirts more than once on his channel, and everybody got the shirts liked them because I do very good quality shirts. I don't use cheap junk.
Yeah.
So everybody has a style. You have the talent to do quilts and everything, and not many people can build a screen printing press for 4 colors on in a shop like I did, and that press works awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't gonna build no cap press. That's too much of a pain in the neck. I ain't doing that anymore. That was too much. I threw it aside, ripped it down. I ain't doing it no more. Oh, I know. I know it. This world's changing more and more every day. And it makes
Or not for the better either.
the way people do things in society are crazy people out there, and I don't know. Some fathers can be bad influences to their own kids.
Yeah.
I heard that on the news the other day. I saw my head was hurting me. I said, "What the heck did you do that for?"
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to talk politics. Don't worry.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Stupid world.
And that stuff the other day on the interstate in Kentucky, that was terrible. It's always bad news.
That's why people need the Lord for. That's why I preach the word of God, because people need the Lord, and they have the Lord. I preached last Sunday about what was that? 2 Corinthians 5, and it's about I can't remember what I preached about. I preach and I don't keep it in my head. But if you got to look up 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 1 to 10, you will know what I preached about.
Okay.
It's about the Lord and stuff. But there's a lot of things out there that this world is lacking, and as brains is one of them.
Yeah,
So
that's true. That's true.
They don't know what's right and what's left. All they do is know is how to hurt one another. That's all they know how to do. It's stupid. The older I get, the more confident. That's good. That's nice to know.
Yeah, there's a lot of us conservatives on here.
Yeah, really? I don't know what I am. I'm just listening.
Well,
I know.
I'm going to ask you: are you going to watch the debate tomorrow night?
Oh yeah, I like the lady that's running. I hope she gets in. I really want her to get in.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Oh no.
Please. 2025, he gets in, the whole country's gonna go boom.
Oh, I totally disagree with you.
Their retirement funds will be gone. Everything. He's gonna be a Hitler in the United States. You don't
No,
want him.
I totally disagree with you on that.
God,
She's in my opinion, she's the commie Kamala. So
I don't
okay,
think
we better hush.
I know, but I don't.
Hey, I'm pro life and all that, and she's not. So she's not my pick. No.
Neither
All right.
you're the who too. He ain't you like it either.
Well, you ain't looked up her policies because she ain't got none that we can live with.
I pray to the good Lord that
the open borders. All right, we better hush. We're getting.
You might get your channel in trouble if you don't watch out. That's why I don't talk on my channel. They'll shut this channel off and watch out.
I know.
We won't get that into it. So just leave that alone.
Well,
up here.
all right.
This here is what I love. This flag. I stand by this. And a lot of stuff I ain't gonna get into. It just gives me a headache, and I don't want to hear it because I don't want to talk about it. But I'm just hoping, just saying one thing. I just hope Jesus comes soon, because if he doesn't, we're gonna have a problem. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
I know. I
A
know.
big problem. And I'll tell you right now, God's gonna take that ex-president down. He's gonna get it. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
I'm wanting to argue with you, but I'm not going to.
I'm not either.
I'm gonna. Hey, you hush and I'll hush. Okay.
Well, I'm
Okay.
not arguing, but I'm just telling you what's gonna happen. The
This is
future.
this is my channel. You hush because I totally disagree with you on all of this politics stuff. So
Okay. That's good.
all right,
That's good. All right.
all right. Don't make me mad.
I'm not going to.
But you were fixing to. He was fixing to, wasn't he, Chat?
No, it wasn't. No.
Oh.
No. I don't do that to people's channels. You get me, not me.
Anyway.
I'm just going now work on some other stuff I'm going to be doing, and so I'll be going to do some other stuff tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
and then I get that done. I'll be working on trying to make pictures on shirts, and that's one thing. The last one I'm going to be doing. I want to learn how to do that after all the other stuff I'm going to learn how to do, and then when I do that, I'll be all set. But right now, I'm not doing it right now. I'm reading the book about how to scan halftones. It's right here. And this is, t-shirts, pictures are made out of fake cows. And
What's that called? Is that a book on how to do them hats?
no, this is about halftones, about the t-shirts and the pictures and
Okay.
what to scan them and how to put them in grayscale. We have to have 3 screens to do them. So it's a lot doing, a lot of stuff. So, oh my God.
Are you reading them comments?
Yes, I am. I'm not doing nothing. I'm minding my own business here. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get working into those now after all that stuff is done. And that will be the last part. And you have to use three or four screens to do a shirt, a picture. It's a pain. Skills and everything, and CMYK, CMYK. It's the colors that the pictures have, and they're all fake. The pictures are all fake.
Huh.
And that's a photograph. That's why I did change it, a picture over the grayscale when you take the colors out. That's how they do them. It's a lot of stuff to explain, but that's really a pain too. And that's why they charge so much for the shirts when they make them, because everything, the prices are ridiculous right now. So the whole thing is weird. If I keep busy now, I'm going to fix this up and have this design my shirts with this one. So using this. So now you understand about the baseball cap now?
Yeah. Do I understand what you said? Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
This is embroidery though. It's a friend of mine.
When I was doing that screen printing on them t-shirts, I'd have to turn them backwards, and I'd forget to sometimes. But
you still do. You have to turn them around.
I haven't done it in a long time. I'm busy with everything else, but
you can even make vinyl iron-ons and put them on your shirts. You have a
could.
vinyl printer. They got paper out there they can actually use on an inkjet printer. Vinyl sheets they call them. But you have to press to do them though.
And I've got one of those crickets, but I just never taught myself how to.
That looks like a cartoon. They come out like cartoons. Like it's like cartoons. You know how they have a cartoon on TV. You ever wonder how they make those cartoons move?
They draw each picture is a little different, isn't it? And I'm going to do it too. Thought this was a sewing group. Well, we're not just sewing. We're everything. We're just a chit chat group sometimes.
Now, when you put a card together,
Yeah.
you can. I had a thing that I used to have. I wish I kept it. I would have shown you. It was like they had different movable and different images, and you like how you do a deck of cards and you make them move like you. You know what I mean? You ever take a deck of cards out and shuffle them, like your finger, make some funny sounds? They do that with the cartoons. So they put them on film. They draw them in different formations, and they move and they move around. So fun.
Yeah.
I've seen it done. I just can't. I don't have it now. I used to have something to show you. I don't have it anymore. I don't know what happened to it. Got lost somewhere in the shuffle. But I never was interested in drawing any cartoons. I think mostly what I do is what I do right here.
Mm-hmm. Do you draw? Do you
No,
draw? No.
I use my computer.
Yeah, what Donna said. We talk about sewing, quilting, cooking, canning, pets. But we can't talk. Well, we can't talk about politics.
Canning is pretty interesting. I see
about those wonky quilt blocks I got. I'm almost tempted to send you a photo and show it here and see if anyone can help me decide what to do. I have 3 ideas. I can show them for you, or you can come up and show them yourself, J. Mary.
now.
J. Mary ought to bring them up and show them on here herself what she needs to do.
One thing I thought was amazing when people put food in canning jars, and a lot of abandoned explorers found a lot of them in abandoned houses, and they're amazed how people can do that and actually can things. It's kind of interesting. So I think that's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do iron-ons years ago. That's when I started out. I used to do those. Oh my gosh, are they lousy?
Yeah.
Used to cut them out with a knife and everything. And then, one day I cut my hand with a knife. I gave my brother the blades. I got rid of them. I don't want to cut myself open.
No.
So I gave my brother all those blades. I don't know what he did with them. I don't really care. I bought a whole set of them. I said, I don't want nothing to do with them. That was the end of that one. See you later, blades. It's out. You're done. You ever heard those scissors? Those what do they call Singer electric scissors? They cut through cloth.
They cut through cloth.
Ever heard of them?
What do you call them again?
Singer electric scissors.
Okay, all right. Electric scissors. Yeah, I've got some electric scissors.
They plug in. They cut through things.
Mm-hmm.
The white ones. You ever see them?
White ones. No, I don't know about white ones.
Let me show you. I'll go get mine pretty quickly. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Very quick.
Rhonda, I'm going to be open Wednesday. Come see me Wednesday, or make appointment and come anytime. Has anyone tried Kawandi? Not me. I don't know what you're talking about, Joan.
These ones right here. Never seen these?
Oh, not those. I'm not seeing any like that.
They plug in.
Yeah.
They cut through things like no one. They go right. I cut my logos with these. They go right through the material.
They look like they had handles like. Huh?
Yeah. My mother had this. Her scissors used to cut cloth with it.
Because I've got a pair that just I don't have to do nothing. That it's rechargeable and it just goes through the stuff. Because I cut the quilt bat and stuff with them.
That's what these do. They go right through the material like nothing. Like they just cut through really quick. They got the ones that are rechargeable too. But these
Huh.
were my mother that she ain't around no more. But this is for hers, and
Hers.
I use them for my design purposes. Cut the cloths out, and I mean cut the logos out with them, and put them together and use them.
Hmm.
And so my mother has a knitting machine, but she never used it because she couldn't learn it because it was too difficult to use. I still have it in my house, but she never really learned how to use it because she did, but then she stopped. But it's still in my house, sitting around doing nothing with it. It's very heavy. A singer machine that knits hats when it goes through it and makes a real quick with the yarn, and it makes hats and gloves and
Huh.
knitting. It's really good machine, but it
Huh.
costs a lot of money for it. But I'll never use it. That's for sure. But it's a very difficult machine to use. What they do, you put it on the table and they have clamps with it, and it clamps it on the table, and it goes back and forth like this. It makes
Huh.
everything really quick.
Wow.
But I ain't gonna use it. I'm never gonna. It's gonna sit in the closet and rot away. I ain't never gonna use it. I have no desire to learn how to use that crazy machine. I have enough. I have enough to do with myself. Never mind doing that. No, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I got enough to do with my t-shirt screen printing. Just trying to use that.
I've been handing out wrenches to you guys. If y'all noticed,
I
I
don't
didn't
give my wrenches out that much.
I didn't have very many moderators, so I was just handing some out. It has y'all type things out, and I see your name. I'll add some more.
I had a person years ago on YouTube, gave a wrench to her, started timing everybody out.
Yeah, I had that happen too several months ago. She for no reason she would do that. She hadn't been in here in ages, but she would just kick people out and time them out, and they hadn't done anything. Yeah.
And my head mod, got real mad and said, "That's enough for you." And she kicked the wrench away, and she put her in the basement and blocked her. She got mad. Tosh,
Yeah.
remember that, right?
Yeah.
The one
Was
that
it?
used to
Oh, was that who it was? Tarsha?
That's
Tasha?
who blocked her. That's who blocked her. She blocked that. Tasha did a block, and she knocked her out of my channel.
Knocked her out. Okay. Yeah.
She's having health issues now too. So
Yeah, but I said I had one woman that she just kicked people out for no reason. And then people was getting upset and they didn't want to come. So I kind of quit giving wrenches, but I'll start giving them back again.
I don't give wrenches until they earn them.
But y'all don't kick people out unless they really need kicked out, okay? Because we can take a little bit here.
But I don't give wrenches out until I actually know the person. So I learned a big lesson about that when I gave a guy a wrench. He was kind of weird. I ain't gonna say what he did, but I was ticked off.
Huh.
I wasn't gonna say what he did. I'm like, it was not good.
But all these ladies that I gave one to tonight, they all come on all the time, so I know them.
Yeah. But the guy had a tendency of doing weird stuff, and I said I ain't dealing with it. You're done. Kicked him out. So I ain't gonna say if you know what I mean by that, right?
Mm-hmm. Sewing on the label to the baby quilt. Yeah, Donna, just the pervs and the trolls and the streamers. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know better what to do than I do. The streakers. Oh, Mary Webb, is that your first wrench? I've been on here for 2 hours and 4 minutes. I think it's my bedtime. What about you? It's later.
man. I think you should get off here now. I think you had enough, right?
I think I have to.
You look like you're tired.
You got my blood pressure up. So
Oh, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I'm innocent here. I didn't do
hey
nothing.
guys, he got my blood pressure up, didn't he? So
No.
you just, I put grandma on it because I can pick a name for me. Yes, that's right. And everybody knows
I'm
grandma.
not saying anything in this damn stream. I'm just here visiting.
You're not now, but you did. So, all right. I'm gonna hush now before I get myself in trouble.
I'm not saying nothing.
I
I hear
know.
what people are thinking, and I don't want to hear it. I had enough. I don't even mention that to anybody.
Yeah,
I
don't.
don't wanna hear it.
We're just gonna have to stick to other topics.
Exactly. Don't. I don't want to hear
Okay.
anymore.
I
I've
don't.
had enough of all that junk.
Oh, come on. Don't act so innocent. Yeah, Joanna, are you talking to Wayne, aren't you, Joanna? Don't act so innocent.
I'm not innocent, but I don't get into situations with anybody. I don't. I don't.
Oh,
I don't cause trouble, and I don't get into them. I just try to avoid it. That's all I'm saying. I ain't gonna get into no situation because I don't talk about it anyway. So I ain't gonna get into it. That's all I'm.
and Jane Martin got exercise class at church in the morning. That sounds like fun, though, to exercise with other ladies, Jane.
Yeah.
Wayne, did you know that Jane was a taxidermist?
No, I didn't know that.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, to take dead animals and make them out of stuffed animals.
Take animals and make stuffed animals.
Yeah.
Come Wednesday, how can well, I need to give you, it's easy to find, but I need to give you driving directions. We'll try and see if we can get connected before Wednesday somehow. So drop me an email and I'll send you the directions.
I'm thinking about making 2 beanies with people's names and their channels on. That's another thing I'm thinking about doing too. At the time.
Yeah. I've got quilting meeting at church in the morning. See, y'all all got something to do in the morning.
So what are you gonna do in the morning now? What are you gonna do?
What am I going to do? Terry built me new shelves in the quilt house. So I'm going to rearrange fabric and pet fabric and move it and clean up.
Do you tag them and know which which fabrics they are?
No, I don't really tag them. I just everything's pretty much basically the same price per yard or bolt, so I don't tag it.
You tag the cloth so it tells you what colors they are and whatnot. Do you do that or
No, and you just look at it. You use your eyes.
Okay. Now, if you go into a Joann's, they tag them what kind of fabrics they are.
Yeah.
Tell you
Well,
how to what.
oh, she did it in college to get out of a semester of science and to meet boys.
Not going out of business, now. They got saved by a rich guy, saved them out of bankruptcy. So Joann's is staying open.
Huh.
But you got a new owner.
All right, guys. I'll see you sometime around, but I'm going to sign off for tonight, and I don't know when I'm coming back. I don't know when I'm coming back on again, but it won't be long. You just have to when I pop up, like Donna says, I'm like a jack in the box.
All right, have a good night, Rita. See you again.
All right, good night. I'm going to end the stream. Why didn't I think of doing? Good night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.